I think the joke being, was Samuel Clemens Mark Twain his real name? I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up just to be sure, but I think that's the joke. And I guess while we're here, I might as well just get the rubbings off of that train. Off the cemetery. We still need to do that. And now we got paper to do that. Samuel Clemens. Yeah, I just Mark Twain. So that was the joke. Samuel Clemens is Mark Twain. And Joe's a dumbass is the joke. But I had to look it up too, so maybe he's not such a dumbass. So you just stick the paper on here, and then you get out your pencil, wherever she put it, right at the bottom. And she's going to make a rubbing of the one corner that has writing on it, I guess. And you got to do that for all... Yes, shut up. And you got to do that for all 4 posts in this script. Scratchity, scratch, scratch, scratch. Oh, I might need a piece of paper on there first. God damn it. It goes all the way to the bottom. There we go. Wisdom, eternity, charity, and purity.
Charity, purity, eternity.
Okay, so we got that. We're getting real close to the end here. And what you actually have to do with that is you got to look at that massive sampler, of course, in John's car.
I should get going.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Yeah, fuck you, Charlene. I hate you. I hate every bit of your being the worst character in this game. So yeah, we actually gotta use that for this to open up this gate here. But these corners correspond to certain numbers, of course, right? And those numbers we can find on here. Or sorry, in the book, I think. That's what we need this little book of samplers for. So first of all, we need to figure out which thing stands for which. So harp is purity. Eternity is the crown. I think wisdom was on there too, was it not? Yeah, charity, eternity, purity, wisdom. Wisdom is the owl. And then charity is the dove. So now we can look at the sampler and we can figure out what is what. So the harp is 3. The crown is 6. The owl is 7. And the dove is 9. So there we got our numbers. So now you just got to correspond them to the different corners here. So the wisdom corner we know is going to be 7. We should actually just go look it up. Let's just go back to the grate and see if we can figure out the code here. Okay, so that piece is wisdom. So wisdom is, it should be 7. The next piece is charity. So charity is 9. The next piece after that is this top corner, eternity. Eternity should be 6. And the last one's 3. So the combo should be 7, 9, 6, 3. There we go.
More pipes. Why am I not surprised?
And we have to complete our last set of pipes. At least I think it's the last set. I could be wrong though. Once again, these things all move in unison. So it's not too hard to connect them. There we go. Oh,
that should do
there
it.
We go. So those are all connected. And the very last thing we have to do, if you remember right at the beginning of the game, is that stupid eagle picture that's stuck on the wall. We now have enough slugs to unlock the eagle picture. So the eagle is 2. So we have to put all the slugs on the scale and make it so that it's 2. And I'll probably have just as much trouble as I did with it the first time. Talk to
What's
Tino
going on?
later.
So,
Laugh
how'd
at
your
him about his
expedition to Jake's
expedition.
mine turn out?
Well, as you may or may not have heard, I didn't find the mine, but at least now I know where it isn't, which is just as good as knowing where it is. Sort of.
It's been great talking to you.
You keep being
Not
you,
a
Tino.
problem.
You keep being you. Okay, so let's see just how long this is going to take me. So, oh god, let's see. You just got to make it so that it equals 2. Okay, what if I put the 3 on there? No. Plus 3. Nice. So now the eagle's unlocked. I did so much better that time. The first time I didn't know you could take them off to unlock stuff. Okay, so now we can deal with the eagle picture, and I actually think there are more pipes behind the eagle. I think that is the last.
And naturally,
Yep.
we have still more pipes.
So I think these are indeed the last pipes of the game. Shit. That's gotta go like that. Then where does this one go? Probably like that. But, okay. Maybe, there we go, that one goes up like that. There we go.
There, that
There we
looks
go.
right.
They're all connected. So now I think we should have almost everything we need to make Jake's machine, if I'm right. Except for the duct tape. Which we'll come to in a second. We're getting real close to the end of the game here. We're almost about to find Jake's mine. Okay. So let's stick everything where it needs to be. Put that there. We can go to this thing here and put the lamp
Okay,
here.
looks like that goes there.
The
This
telescope
goes
here.
here. There's still water in it, which means it must be out of carbide.
So now this is where the carbide comes
There,
in.
it should work now.
We got that going. Okay, I wonder if they'll allow us to pull. Well, we might as well do the gems here first. Okay, so now we deal with the gems here. So, you gotta remember the poem, which she's written down. So the eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. And the eye of the tiger is, I believe, this one here, because it looks like a tiger's eye. So that's a star, so you put the eye of the tiger there. Next one is a bird's claw or foot. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. And zircon is, I believe, this one here, this pale yellow. That's a fin, so that is a hand from the deep, I believe. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. So amethyst is the purple one. And then we got, it's a beak. It's a bird's beak is what that's supposed to be. And citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. So citrine is this orangey yellow one here. And then we have a tentacle. Why do I keep opening this first? And tourmaline, it says, by a soft arm is ensnared. And tourmaline is the multicolored one that is pink and green. And then it says Peridot rests at the foot of the mare, and Peridot is this green one here.
Whoa, looks like
And
I
we're
did
good.
something right.
Put everything in the right place. So now everything should be good to go. The pipes are all connected. We've got everything in place. And the handle breaks.
Oh no. What I need is some duct tape.
Why she can't just use her own hand to pull that thing
How can I
down,
repair this?
I don't know, but we're going to need duct tape. And who has duct tape but Mr. John Gray? I'm just going to go straight to him because I know he's the one with the duct tape.
What's up?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year.
So you just stole
You
it?
can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
So now we got to
The
deal with
animal should
this.
start from the left shore.
So the animal should start from the left shore. So what you have to do is look at the pictures here and decide which one goes where from the pictures. So, let's see. They start from the left shore, so I believe this is the first one. And then I think he takes the cat away, drops the cat off on the island, comes back, takes the wolf, drops, or no. Is there one with, yeah, okay, this one. Drops off the wolf, takes the cat, drops the cat back, takes the peacock, drops the peacock off with the wolf, then comes back to get the cat, and then they're all together on the other side. There we go. And he only put duct tape in there for some reason. So now we got the duct tape. So yeah, it's a pretty easy combination if you sit and think about it. It just gets confusing because he takes the cat across multiple times, and that can mess a few people up, I guess, but overall it's pretty easy. Okay, so now we can tape this thing back
There,
together
that's new. Well, sorta.
and pull it, because she couldn't pull it with her
Nothing
hand.
happened. This contraption is
Oh,
obviously
fuck,
powered by
right.
something, but what?
I totally forgot to open the steam valve all the way back in the kitchen. I'll be back in a sec. Well, probably not going to cut it here anyway. So yeah, totally forgot. So we got to run all the way across the train just to turn this stupid valve in the kitchen. This valve that's been there forever and we couldn't turn it because
Sounds
the
like
steam
from the
pumps.
engine is moving through those pipes.
Because the
now.
steam pipes weren't connected. Now that they're all connected, we can turn the steam on. And that should hopefully get everything we need to run the machine. So many stupid pipes. Okay. Puller. Good. 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 And good. Good stuff. So we should be good
And we
now.
have liftoff.
This stupid thing. This is actually kind of a cool cutscene. These things just cast beams of light everywhere. Oh, look at that thing go. Just bouncing pieces of light. I don't know why we required the gemstones in the first place. Why couldn't it just casted a beam of light somewhere on the map, but whatever. So that's where Jake's mine is. Brimstone Canyon.
That's where Jake's mine is. Brimstone Canyon.
Don't you look all excited. What's up?
I think I know where Jake's mine is. Tell the engineer to head for a place in Nevada called Brimstone Canyon.
Way to go. I knew you could do it, Francie.
Not Francie, Nancy.
How do you even get
Here's
Francie
the
out of
deal.
Nancy?
When we get there, I'm going to make sure that you get to be the first one to check out the mine. I'll call everyone together in the dining car, and while we're in there, you slip off the train. Will 10 minutes be enough of a head start?
You don't
Well, this
have
doesn't
to give
seem
me a head
suspect as
start.
fuck.
Think of it as your reward. Of course, anything you find in the mine is, well, mine. So if I find out that you've taken something without telling me, let's just say things could get ugly.
Oh, sure, Lori.
Don't worry, you can trust me.
I have the feeling that thanks to you, we are about to discover something huge. Great job, Amy.
Thank you.
She just gets worse. So now we take the train out of Copper Gorge and we're going to Brimstone Canyon. And we are right at the end of the game. There's about 15-20 minutes left if I don't fuck it up, which I probably will. Okay. So walk
The
forward
train's leaving.
and the train just leaves.
Well, Frank and Joe will make sure it comes back for me. I hope.
This whole thing is suspicious as fuck. So the train's gone, we're stranded out here in the middle of nowhere. We only got one way to go. So you can only go forward here, I guess.
Oh no, that's gotta be the entrance to Jake's mine, but it's totally blocked by boulders.
Amazing. Good thing there's a cannon pointed directly at it. So this is exactly the same puzzle as that button puzzle we did to open the caboose. You just click on them until one stays up, and then you gotta find out what the pattern is. Ah, fuck me. Son of a bitch, I'm doing it to myself again. This is exactly what I did to myself last time. Nice. Ah. Nice. That's a fuse, might want to back away. Like that thing would still be operational. That thing would be so rusted and broken it would never be able to fire a cannonball. I'm calling bullshit on that. So now we've got the mine open.
This is the entrance to Jake's mine. Whoa,
Amazing.
what's going on here? Jake's color wheel seems to be pointing toward purple.
Amazing.
Wow, glowing lizards. Cool, but weird.
So I forget if what you're... I don't think you can actually follow the directions totally because you need to find these symbols for another puzzle.
Wonder what that's doing there.
So I'm going to be probably looking around here everywhere to begin with. So that symbol, which is the weird circle with the T on top of it, you need to keep track of the symbols and what you saw around them when you found them. So this one, you just got to note that there was a fish by this symbol. So now we can move on. So we're supposed to go the red way, but I'm going to go the opposite way. Because I want to see if there's any symbols
Can't get
this way.
through here.
Okay, so there's nothing to
Can't
find
get through
here.
here.
At least I don't think so. So go the red way. So now we're supposed to go yellow, so I'm going to go green. Unless there's something in this big atrium. There's blue too, but... Okay, let's go green first.
Another symbol.
So that symbol, a little archway with a line underneath it. I believe we're supposed
Jake must have made those symbols. The question is, why?
Okay.
Now it's pointing toward green.
Okay, so... I guess there's a chair near there, or a rock, or a shovel. I don't know. I'm just going to say chair / shovel, because I forget which is the one you're supposed to note by it. So this is actually for another puzzle in the game later on. And again, you're going to want to keep track of the symbols here and what numbers they are. So cactus is going to be 1. The fire is going to be 2. The snake is 3. The circle with the X in it is going to be 4. The fish is 5. And the bat is 6. Oh, okay, so now I see. This is actually part of the same puzzle, but... okay, so how to explain it? So this relates to these symbols here. These symbols know how they don't have a number corresponding with them. They have something beside them that corresponds with a number. So these we use to these give the symbols the number that you want with them, right? So the first symbol we found with the fish, so that circle with the T we know is going to be 5. And this one that we just found, this board here, is by the fire. So we know that it is going to be 2. So that's why you need to write down what all these symbols, the numbers for them are. And then when we find something that corresponds to one of these pictures, we will know what symbol that the number is going to be. Okay, so we've been through there. Now we want to go through yellow. Oh, I think I may have went the right way. Okay, no, we're not supposed to go down yellow. So I'm going to go down blue.
Whoa!
Oh, I think I just killed myself. Oh, no, I didn't. Cool. Can I go through there?
I can't get through here.
So we're on the other side of the crack. And that just gave us a way back out. Okay. So are we supposed to find anything down here?
Whoa!
We must be supposed to. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that just takes us back to the other way. Okay, so maybe that's nothing. Maybe that's just a red herring. Okay, so here's another one. It's like a little fish hook kind of thing. And that is supposed to be by this rock with the rope. And so that corresponds to that circle with the X in it. So that is going to be number 4. And now we can take the elevator down. Okay, so now it's showing orange. There's the snake on the board, and there's another symbol which kind of looks like a rocking horse, I guess you could say. And that's by the snake, so that one is going to be 3. And there should be 2 more symbols left. So now it wants us to go red, so I'm going to go blue just to see what's down here. Is there nothing down here? It doesn't look like it. At least nothing I can see. Oh, there is a green though. There we go. So there's another symbol, which is a weird Z looking thing. And that is by what? The cactus. So it's a big cactus rock. So that's going to be 1. Okay, and I think this brings the elevator down, I believe. So we can get back up to where we were. So yeah, you can't follow the lizards exactly because you'll miss all this stuff that you need for the next puzzle in the game. Jesus, this seems unsafe. That rope would be rotted through like crazy too. Okay, so now that brings us back to this part here. Okay, so now we can go down the red pathway. And we get here. Can't really do much here, so keep going. Okay, so J. This is the last one. And this one, once you walk forward,
There's some kind of chamber on the other
Yeah,
side of
okay.
those poles. But if I move the wrong one, the ceiling will collapse. Jake was too meticulous not to have left a clue somewhere as to how you're supposed to move them.
So this J here, when you find the J, you're supposed to note that there is bats here. Or like sometimes you can hear a bat, or you're supposed to anyway. And that is supposed to clue you in that that's the bat, so that's going to be number 6. But if you don't hear the bat, it's just the only one left, right? So we should have all that we need now. So the first one that you're going to want to pull is this one that
I've
looks
seen
like
that
a
symbol
Z.
before.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so
So
good.
that one's number 1. Number 2 is the arch with this stick that we found by the fireplace. Number 3 is the rocking horse that we found by that snake, or the board with the snake on it. 4 is this little hook that we found by the elevator with the rock and the rope. 5 is the circle with the T on it that we found by the fish. And 6 is, of course, the one
I
by the
should be able to
bat.
get through there now.
And that's going to keep the rocks from collapsing on your face. And we found J.
I
Curly.
presume?
What a rough death.
Camille. It
And,
figures
yeah.
he'd be carrying a picture of her. There's something.
So I guess he
underneath
just
it.
starved to death in this mine. J. Curly.
Looks like a letter. April 14th, 1865.
My dear friend Jake. Believe me, Jake, my boy, I can think nothing more pleasant than touring the West aboard your private train. But much as I would like to accept your invitation, the duties and responsibilities of my office forbid it. I cannot leave Washington until this terrible war is over and the states are united once more.
Your humble friend, Abe.
Abe. I would scarcely leave my office at all these days were it not for Mary. Tonight, at her insistence, I will be accompanying her to the Ford Theater to see a comedy called Our American Cousin. Have you seen it? Mary assures me that I'll enjoy it despite the fact that for some strange reason I've never felt at ease when at the theater. Perhaps tonight will be different. Write to me soon. Your missives never fail to boost my spirits. Your humble friend Abe. So yeah, the letter is from Abe Lincoln on the night he actually went to the Ford Theater before he was assassinated.
Oh my gosh.
Which
This
is
is from Abraham
pretty
Lincoln.
incredible.
And April 14th is the day he was assassinated. This letter must be worth a fortune.
Indeed.
That's just what I thought, too.
How did you get here, Lori?
See, what I didn't tell you when I gave you that letter
How the
Jake
fuck
wrote to
did you
Ruth
get here?
is that I also found his diary, which is how I found out he'd gotten to be friends with President Lincoln, and that he'd gotten a letter from Abe that he knew would be so valuable someday that he always kept it on his person. Can I have it?
Why?
Sure.
Like, how gullible
See,
can
I
you
knew
be,
if we could just
Nancy?
find Jake's body, we'd find the letter. And you did it, Amy. You did it. I'm going to be famous. Good famous for once.
So you never really cared about finding Jake's mine?
Nah, I mean, it would have been nice if it was filled with gold and silver and stuff, but this is what I was really after.
And you followed me because you didn't trust me?
I trusted you to find it. I just didn't trust you to give it to me. And now that you have, you know, I'd really, really be famous if I could say I found this all by myself.
Oh shit.
But even if I got you to lie for me, how do I know you'd keep lying?
Stupid
Oh my
bat.
gosh. What if there was like this cave-in and we were trapped, but I was the only one who made it out?
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found the letter, but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure, and people would say I was smart and resourceful and courageous even.
Yeah.
Lori, you can't be serious. That's crazy.
You don't understand.
Just run out of there and
People are
tackle her.
finally
She's just
going to
standing there
respect
doing
me.
nothing.
I have to do this. Sorry.
So yeah, she sentences you to death inside this mine, I guess.
Sorry.
It's also
It's
nice.
blocked. I'm trapped.
It's also
Better
nice.
get out of here
God damn
before
it,
something
Nancy,
else
shut up.
caves in.
It's also nice to note that when you pull out a wrong board there, like she just did, those rocks immediately fall forward and collapse on you, not the mine. So yeah, that's kind of some inconsistency there. So
Get
luckily,
out of here in this.
there's the old mine cart. that we can take right out of this thing. Again, there's no way this thing would be functional at this point in time, but sure. So all you gotta do here is when it says danger, you just gotta take the other way out, of course. I might actually fuck it up once, just because I like seeing the minecart fall off the track and just crush him. I'm gonna do it once.
Oh no, I've stopped. I'll never get out of here now.
Just follow the tracks. Well, that wasn't very impressive. I thought she was gonna wreck the car. I want to see that. I'll screw it up the first time here, because I know that that track just ends. Go, 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 go. Oh, fuck! And we're dead. Amazing. Okay, I'll do it for real this time. So yeah, just click to the opposite of the side where you see a danger sign. It's a pretty easy puzzle. As far as like challenging finales go, this is not one of them, but I still like it. It's still pretty fun riding around in a minecart. It'd still be cool if they could make like a roller coaster based off this, or like that minecart chase in Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. That'd be pretty cool. Just ride her out. But yeah, again, like I don't believe that any of this would still be functional at all. Everything would be so rusted, like I can't imagine this thing would run. Just gotta make sure your timing's good, I guess, because if you're too late, I think she automatically takes the dangerous path. Just a downhill plunge. Oh, and we're out of there. And what a coincidence, Lori just happens to be on the tracks. Fuck you, Lori, piece of shit. Now you're sitting in shit. That's where you belong.
Lori, are you alright?
Why do you care? She just tried to kill you.
Nancy, is everything okay?
Where'd you guys come from?
It is now.
As soon as we discovered you and Lori weren't on the train, we jumped off and hightailed it back here.
What the heck's going on?
I'm sure Lori will be glad to tell you all about it.
Darn you, Natalie.
It's Nancy.
Thought
Dear
she was
Hannah,
calling us
some
Amy.
hostess Lori Gerard turned out to be. When her father heard that she'd tried to seal me
Covered
up in
in
that
shit.
mine, he canceled all her credit cards and said that from now on, Lori'll have to support herself.
Ah,
She
loser.
has yet to stop crying. Tino Balducci told
Tino.
reporters that he knew what Lori was up to all along, and said he
Did he
let
ask her
Aunt
out?
Joe and me solve the case so we amateurs could enjoy his limelight. Joe was just about to belt him.
That
when a
picture
big
always
argument
makes
broke
me
out
laugh.
between John Gray
Joe,
and Charlene
it looks
over whether
like he's
John
either
should
really
be
pissed or
recorded
he's
in the
constipated.
She started calling
It's
him
hilarious.
a crack, and then he started calling her a hack. Then
I'd pay
let's
for
just say
for
that
Joe
Tino
to
Press
kick
was no
Tino's
longer
ass.
interested in what Tino had to say. As
The
for
eyebrows
Jake
are going
Hurley,
nuts.
It turns out that his letter from Abe Lincoln is worth a small fortune. Pretty ironic, huh? Jake spent his whole
Yes.
life searching for gold, when all along he possessed something far more valuable. His uncanny knack for making friends. Love, Nancy.
And that's the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What award did we win this time? Gandhi Dancer. I only danced once. It's a weird thing to get.
Have you ever been to Paris, France?
Ooh.
Well, preparez-vous, because that's where my next mystery
Hooray.
adventure takes place. I'm going to be the assistant to Minette, a famous fashion designer. I'll be working undercover to find
This is a
fashion
preview for the
details
next
so
game,
computer
obviously.
throwing tantrums, firing people. She's even started wearing a mask for no
Petty.
reason. Her studio is in this spooky-looking, centuries-old moulin. That's French for windmill. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with its strange behavior. Does it? One way to find out. Help me solve my next case. Danger by design. À la prochaine.
Yay. Okay, so that was the game. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's a lot of fun. For me personally, I think most of it is just because the characters for me are so memorable. All the characters are like quirky as hell, and they just it's almost like a reality TV show. Like I find this game, right? Instead, we're on a train instead of like living in a house together. everyone is just so like polar opposite personality-wise, and everyone's always at each other's throats and doing dumb shit. And then, of course, you got the ongoing race between Charlena and Tino as to who's the bigger piece of shit, the whole race. And it turns out that neither of them were. It was actually Laurie Gerard. Everyone's a piece of shit, but that's kind of true with these games. And then you got fucking Fatima, which is just a whole nother can of worms. Like, oh. And then Frank and Joe, of course, make it all the more fun. Like I said, I think I mentioned it in like a description for one of the videos, but like I find it really ironic that the most down-to-earth person on the entire train is the ghost hunter, is John. That's pretty funny to me. But yeah, I really like this game. It was fun playing through it again. I actually remembered a lot more about it than I thought I would. Once I got going there toward the end, it was kind of like go. Yeah, I like the mystery. I really like treasure hunts, like you know. I like historical games that are set in the past. And I really like that it's on a train. Like, it's one of the more unique settings that they've had. Instead of one location, it's kind of cool to me that the mystery takes place on a moving train. I guess it's kind of like those murder mystery train rides you can take, I know. I've never done one, but I'd like to. I think they'd be really cool. But yeah, I really enjoy this game. I think it's definitely, I would put it in my top 5, I guess, in the series. I'd like it that much. The next game, Danger by Design, I actually don't remember it barely at all. The next game, I may as well be walking into it blind, because I think the last time I played it was probably, again, about 10, 11 years ago. And I remember having to use the walkthrough a whole lot for it, because especially stuff dealing with like that decryptor, where you gotta like decrypt codes and stuff. I remember that thing just giving me a hell of a time. So we'll see how well I do on the next game, but I could do really, really bad. So hopefully it won't be terrible, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. I got this one actually done pretty quick, but it's a shorter game too, which I kind of like about it. There's not a whole ton of talking to people, and if you pick up, like once you pick up the trail of the treasure hunt, she goes pretty quick. It's kind of just go from one thing to the other if you know what to do. So it's a pretty quick game if you know what you're doing, but I kind of like that about it too. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one, Danger by Design, I guess. Thanks. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that Let's Play for Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Just a short message here about the immediate future of the channel, I guess. So, I've been liking the format that I'm going with right now, where it's 2 videos a week. One of them's an Answer Your Game, and the other one is something else. I like that format, and I think I'll probably stick with it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. But I made this little message here to say that the channel is going to be going on a 1.5 to 2 month long hiatus, I guess. And that's mostly due to the fact that I'm going to actually be in Europe for a month in January. I'm leaving January 6th and I don't get back till about February 4th. And obviously, when I'm over there, I'm not going to have access to my computer or any of my recording equipment like that, so I won't be able to do any videos for you guys. So I hope that's okay. And I figured now would just probably be a better place to stop, just because I finished an Nancy Drew game and I didn't really want to start another one up only to have to leave it on a note on one video for like 2 months before I picked it back up again. I know I've done that a lot in the past, but I'm trying to do better about it, and I don't want to willingly do that. Indiana Jones is a different story, because that thing is going to be going on for a while yet, so it'll just leave off where it is for a bit. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say here. So if you are wondering, you know, why there's no more videos coming out for a while, or worried that that I've abandoned the channel, I haven't. That's what's going on, and I just figured now would be a good time to do it because the Nancy Drew walkthrough is over, and this just the month of December is going to be really busy for me too. So with Christmas and my job is now done, my contract is up, so I'm going to be moving out here in a couple weeks and dealing with all that. So yeah, I figured it now would be a good time to stop it now after this game's done, and we'll go continue, I guess, after I get back from my trip. Hopefully it'd probably be around the middle to the end of February when the next video goes up here. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much. Sorry that it's gonna be a bit of a break, but yeah, can't really help it since I'm not gonna be able to do anything while I'm in Europe. So, well, thanks for listening, you guys, and Merry Christmas, I guess, because this is probably the last video I'm gonna upload before Christmas time. So yeah, thanks for listening. Bye, you guys.